Hey guys, what's going on? Clouds here, coming to you from Project 1999 this time. I'm on my 16 mage, and I'm here with two other mages, and we are pretty much having a mage army right now, and we are just destroying things. Um, they got me into level 16, and I didn't have my level 16 spells on me. And shout out to Moravena, whatever. Um, she had an extra spell on her for the water pet, so um, another thing I want to mention too about this mage army group is we all have focus effect items. So that's the other sick thing. So I only have the level 16 water pet, so I'm using the Stein of Illyssa. She has, when I get my other 16 spells, I'll be using fire probably. Fire is probably the best in this situation for the damage shield. Um, but see, each one of these has minion and fire, minion and water. For those that don't know, it powers up your pet in like 20%. You'll noticeably see them physically bigger than other pets. So essentially we have three pets that are beast mode right now. My pet currently cons yellow to me, and that's just because it's level 16, but it also is with the power booster. Um, and then of course you got the broom and the shovel. Um, so yeah, I had my main, my rogue. I went to Najina and camped it. It took me about 3 days. Now when I say 3 days, it's playing maybe 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and so maybe about a total of 8 hours to collect the torch, the stein, the broom, and the shovel from Najina. The other parts weren't as bad. I had some toes, I think, from Hill Giant or something. But then the other toes, the Fire Giant, the Ice Giant toes, or even Hill Giant, or the Cyclops, you can buy from people. And they're usually pretty cheap. So I think I bought the other toes for like 20 platinum a piece or something like that. And then the other parts are very easy to get. There's just, you have to go buy a gem, which is expensive, but it's worth it for each one of these, which you can buy off vendors and stuff. These guys said they're rich, so I'm just looting everything right now. But anyways, I would highly recommend if you want to have a fun experience as a mage, look into getting these items at a low level, because it's just been a blast. Like in groups, I'm like the lowest level, but yet I'm like tanking and pumping out some of the most DPS in the entire group. And not necessarily in this group, I'm just saying in a regular setting. Um, it's been awesome. Um, Everybody I talk to says, Necro's better, and I'm not gonna argue. Like, I absolutely love playing Mage. Mage was the first, on my very first account, was the class that, after trying them all, was the class that I settled in on and got a first, like, character into the 50s with. Um, that account eventually got banned, but I got banned for exploiting an HHK, High Hold Keep. Up in the Nobles room, there's a pot in the corner, and I was a gnome, and you could jump behind the pot. You could attack the enemies, but they wouldn't come and attack you. Now you might ask, okay, why did I need to do this? Um, I guess I didn't have to do anything, but the reason I did it was I was playing on Rallosec, which was the PvP server that if you kill somebody, you not only get all their money, you get to take a piece of their armor as well. On Rallosec, unless you had no drop gear, nobody nobody had gear. Nobody wore gear ever because it would just get PK'd. So playing like a naked character in any sense is just super difficult to do. So one of the easiest things to do was I could send my pet in this corner and didn't have to worry about anything. So I mean that's why I did it. Is it good? No, it's not good at all. I mean, so yeah, I mean, and they didn't just ban me, they gave me warnings, but I kept doing it. So they banned it. I've never even tried to get that account back. I don't even remember the information on it. That would be fun though to see. Crap I had. But anyways, I just wanted to. We were over at the Gators, and then a sand giant was around, so we moved over to the orcs here. Um, I don't know if the orcs give as good of experience as some of the best Gators. Sorry guys, I know I kind of went a little quiet there. Um, I'm doing this thing here where I'm trying to round them up. And then, area effect, rain spell them. Because you kind of okay, when do you use these rain songs? Like it's right here in this kind of a group. Sorry, we just had a lock come on us. I mean, we can handle it, but I just gotta make sure like my pet doesn't die, and um, And if there's a lot like that, I think it benefits to cast a damage shield. I mean, that's the one super nice thing about the fire pet. The fire pet's damage shield is super strong compared to what you can cast. I think I can cast a six damage shield. The level 12 fire pit had a 14, so 6 to 14, and probably the level 16 one it has even a bigger damage shield. So yeah, it benefits a lot when you can have a group like this to just have all fire pets. So anyways, I think last time I was talking about Necros. Um, I have a I have a level 12 Necro, and they're fun. Um, they are very powerful. Um, they're definitely one of those god classes. I was talking with this guy yesterday or the day before, and he's got a level 60 enchanter. The character he was playing was his 53 Necro, and he said he has a 56 called a hero mage to POM. And he said that the mage was extremely difficult to level um, compared to the Necro or enchanter. I think it would be so awesome to have a guild of just 50 mages and just see everybody send their pets in. I just wonder what that would look like. I mean, I've heard of people doing it on the live servers. So, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. So Necros, it's not the kind of gameplay I want to play. I know it sounds really stupid, but um, I just, I don't like just send pet, throw dots. I mean, I get that it works really well and it's very efficient. Um, I mean, the other thing too, they can feign death. Yeah, I mean, they're just all around super badass. And mages have some limitations in terms of that. They definitely do. But there's just something about having a bigger, badder, stronger pet. And I get that the level 60 Necro pet is fucking pretty Shasta McNasty. I 100% get that. But mage pets are just fucking sick. They're the strongest pets in the game. Now, one thing I'm debating about here is my pet keeps getting low health. But see, the thing is, he's a yellow pet. If it was a dark blue or whatever, I would have just reclaimed him and summoned a new one. I wouldn't be trying to keep him alive like this, but because he's a beast mode pet, I'm trying to keep him alive. One thing that helps is if you have a good pet and you ding, it's good to con them. So I see that he's even con to me now, which lets me know if I'm summoning future pets to try to get the best one. I should be able to reach one again at this level. Now, it's also different between earth, fire, wind, and water. Um, for example, earth pet, I can probably still get a yellow maybe at this level, where all the other ones, like fire, might only be dark blue. I don't know what's fire going to be at level 17. So, yeah, water and earth, I think, are the stronger of the two, where you can get higher cons. I think earth is the highest from what I've seen. Ooh, we got a sand giant. Oh, she pulled it. She's got balls. The best thing about grouping as a mage is you don't get the XP loss for your pets doing more damage. So it benefits you greatly to be even just get one more player. You know, there's a lot of people, like I was playing in Befallen, and like a rogue or something will come and be like, just group with me. Do what you can, like don't, you know, obviously when you go up and try to fight, you're gonna get aggro over my pet, so do what you can, but don't kill yourself. Just let my pet do all the work and soak up some extra, helps me out. Yeah, honestly, I'd rather play that way than solo. I don't mind soloing, but it eats up so much of the XP. Um, and you're sitting there trying to get your 3 nukes off to do half the damage, and then they resist one. And it's just, if you can, if you get breeze or clarity, I mean, sure, it's not really an issue. Um, I wish we could clump these guys together a little bit. Here we go. We could probably make it rain right here. Make it rain. So the other thing too that was interesting playing a mage on a PvP server was when you would do an area effect spell like that, it would kill your pet. I didn't realize that that was a PvP thing, and that on blue servers, you can go ahead and do all the rain spells you want. So I could never use that whole set of spells really because it would kill my pet. There was a couple times I think I would use the earth pet, and when it would root it, pull my pet back and then cast rain. But then generally that would break the root, and then they really wouldn't get hit with maybe 1 or 2 waves. Oh, he's the level 21. Yeah, among all these orcs, there's one that randomly will come and he's just red. And it's like, what the? Yeah, so there's just random, like, people say it's level 20. I'm not exactly sure what level it is. I'm just gonna say it is level 20. Level 20 orc that'll just come walking through, and here you are just just slaughtering orcs after orcs, and next thing you know, it's like, what the fuck why is this thing so much? Yeah, he got the red con in your camp. That's the second time he's come through our camp. We've beat him both every time, but as you see, like, it really takes a number on the pets. Yeah, I didn't have much experience back in regular EverQuest or Classic with on blue servers. Um, I had two stepbrothers at the time and another brother, and all four of us. Well, my stepbrothers are the ones that introduced me to the game, um, and they were all about killing other people, player versus player. Um, so yeah, I wanted to play with them, and I always played on the PvP servers because of it. I think I once created a character on blue, and it's just when you don't know anybody, it's a lot more fun to play with people you know. And that doesn't mean that, what I'm saying, it has to be somebody in person. You definitely meet people in game and become friends with them and stuff, so that's fun too. I've met a lot of people in EverQuest, um, p99 and classic, and that if I ever met up in real life, it'd be cool. I'm so overweight. But I'm broke. I just got level, 16, and I think that's how much platinum I got to my name. So I need spell money. What the hell is she casting? What was that? I think she's got some really good gear. She's just tanking these things. Gear I've got some good pieces. Like I bought the gold Nefriti boots. Um, Otherwise it's not not great. I did buy this for like 600. I can't remember. Um, Robe of the Oracle. It's 200 platinum. So a lot of this stuff, what happened is, so I have an enchanter that I put about 2k in. Stuff like this, like nothing's too great, +5 int bracer. Then I got this one right here, +3 int. My pet's not following commands when I'm sitting up on this wall. He won't attack. It's like a like an exploit spot. Um, I bought this for 75 platinum. So I mean, it's just a lot of like. So what? Sorry, get back to the story. So I had this enchanter. I put about 2k in for stuff like this. Oh, I guess I got some loam crusted pantalones. I don't have like any gloves really. Just a couple small int rings. And this other guy, he was creating an enchanter. And I'm like, oh, you got some decent gear. He's like, yeah, for a mage. I'm like, well, I'm playing a mage and getting rid of my enchanter. So we ended up trading a bunch of gear with each other. And if anything, he gave me the benefit of the doubt. Like, some of his stuff was like, I'll give you two things for your one, or, you know, he definitely made it favor my. I had some good stuff for enchanters though for him, so we helped each other out. Oh, we got 3 water pets now. I wonder if she got tired of her fire pet dying. The fire pets are awesome, but they they don't have a whole lot of health, so they can die a little bit easier, especially when you got a big group of them. It's better to just to chain summon those, I would think, than to try to heal it up like I'm doing. These I picked up in Najina. So if you got a, God, I feel like a level 30 character could go in there and just destroy the whole dungeon almost. But yeah, it's not hard to get those. It's a fun little dungeon to go through. Yeah, so I mean, this gear isn't great at all. On my enchanter, I had his charisma over 200. So I was hoping to kind of get the inverse with intelligence and say, okay. I do think one thing that did hurt me is when I created this character, I believe I did put it into stamina, min-maxing kind of thing. Like, figured that, like, I look at my rogue right now, who's level 51, and I mean, a lot of his gear is strength and stamina, and I also picked a wood elf, so it's not like I'm a barbarian trying to really min-max, but I can't remember, but I think I did put it in strength, and strength is an easy one to buff. Um, Stamina isn't. That's really why they say is end game. You'll benefit a little bit more from having it in stamina. At low levels, yeah, it kind of sucks because you have to med a little bit more, because you don't have all the intelligence. But that's why you can just get some simple, it's probably like this whole setup besides the boots, 2 to 3K. The boots were an extra bonus. I wanted it to match my. I like the golden boot look. I've always thought that's really cool. So when I saw them for sale, I was like, I ended up getting lucky on the Ancient Cyclops in South Row. There was one night, it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, Central Time, and um, I was just about ready to go to bed. And it dinged 9 o'clock, and there was nobody else in zone really. There was two other people, but none of them were camping the AC. Um, So over here, we're going to want to cast a fire shield on the pets. We will make it rain, but you want to let the pets get some aggro first. And then make it rain. I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the ancient Cyclops. So yeah, 9 o'clock. There's nobody around. I'm like, out of all times, like if the ancient Cyclops could spawn, now would be a great time. Like I'm the only one in zone. Like, so I mean, most of the time there's a lot of druids and stuff that camp it. I checked it this morning, and there's druids, there's rangers, there's tons of people there just camping it during the day. Um, so anyways, at 9 o'clock hit, and I'm running around the whole desert. I don't see anything. I'm like, I swear I checked everywhere, and I was about to camp, and I just was like, had auto run on, and next thing I know, he's in the back corner, just chilling down, like in the valley. As you zone in from Oasis to South Row, if you just hang left and follow that wall all the way back down into that corner, yeah, he was just chilling back there, and it's like really, you just chilling down there? So I ended up getting him, which was really, really awesome. Was able to sell it to a nice guy. He told me he wants another one, another MQ. But yeah, I've been camping it, and the druids and stuff have just beaten me to it every time. So it's hard life for a rogue. And eventually, I'm gonna want to get him on this character too. I feel like all caster classes, oh, it's so nice to have a pair of J boots so you can outrun mobs a little bit. A group member went to go get some clarity, but I feel like we don't really need it. Like, yeah, we could nuke a little bit more if we had it, but I feel like we're killing them at a pretty consistent rate. A couple heals. So that's what I don't understand is like, look at that pet. Like, when I played, when I was leveling my rogue, I couldn't just sit here and just burn through mobs. Or it's like they're stronger than people. Like it's just kind of insane. Like you couldn't get a group of 3 rogues together at this level and just start crushing through mobs like we're doing with pets. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get a drink. See, I am loving life right now. It's President's Day, and I've got it off, and I love my wife, but she does not, so I get to just play EverQuest all day long. Hang out with my dog. Is this the level 20 guy? That's the third time that level 20 orc has come through here now. I love making it rain. Can't make it rain as a necro. No, and I had a level 18 enchanter. Um, I mean, I love it. I love being like this one-man army where you can just go in and just solo a dungeon kind of thing. I've realized though it's just not. I, can I do it? Sure. It's just not how I want to play the game. Um, I mean, is it the most efficient way? Absolutely. The one guy that I sold the J-Boot MQ2 that's playing his 53 Necro, he's like, I don't even use the Necro pet, I just use Charm. And I was the same way when I played a Druid. Like, I was like, the only leveling that really kind of, until you can quad, don't get me wrong, when you're quadding, that's different. But otherwise, like, at lower levels, 15, when you get Befriend Animal, I was just charming gators. I've been charming gators. My druid's 22 now. I kind of stopped playing them because it just got kind of dull. And I shouldn't say dull, because charm fighting is so much fun. And there's so much to pay attention to and like keep track of, and like it can go bad really quick. What's nice is druids have Sow, so I mean, the only hard part I have with it though too is animals don't really drop much. So that's what druids can charm, is animals. I don't think anywhere you go, animal mobs really drop a whole lot. So my druid's like gaining levels like pretty quick, like charming and stuff, and then breaking charm and getting XP for both. Um, but I'm not making any money. And granted, I've got money on my alts, or my rogue. I got a little bit left over from that J-Boot MQ. I've bought a bunch of stuff, of course. I bought my rogue a new one-hander. So a long, long time ago, um, it was more like 6 months ago. Um, I had a Lath Driner, or Daner, Lath Daner, something like that. Um, Sorry, this group member is like super low on health. I don't know what he was doing over there. Some bandages. Shit, I only got 2 malachite left. That's not good. Yeah, so I gotta make sure I keep this pet alive. Um, Pretty much what I realize enchanters, they get more powerful as they get higher level. I kind of gave up on it. You know, I was like level 18. I went into Upper Guck. I'm like, all right, let's try this like I see on YouTube, all these pros doing. And they're pros at it. Let's just say that. I mean, first off, like my lull was getting like resisted. Um, so that was the hard part, because it's like, well, if I can't, like, I gotta be able to single these, or be able to like kind of break this camp up, and I really wasn't able to. I got the charm, and it was doing crowd control. I think I had one. I think I ended up getting three, and I had like one mez, and then I had mine charmed. Like I was working just fine, and then I don't know, charm broke, or I got an ad, or it just like, and I like ran out of mana. I think like it just wasn't good. Um, and the other thing I realized too, I being enchanter is a lot of work. Um, it's a lot of work. Anytime you're charm kiting or charm fighting, it's a lot of work. Um, and I'm kind of I'm at the point where I just want a class where I can just sit back and send my pet, and that's what makes mage perfect for me. Because necro pets aren't as strong as mage's pets. Obviously, necros rely more on dots and other tactics. But yeah, I kind of just want a class where I just sit down and send my pet. And plus, this was the first class that I created back in the very, very first days of EverQuest. And, so I played live, and, I remember I had a monk back then, so one of the things I wanted to do. So one thing I heard is those dry bone skeletons that we keep killing are placeholders for sand giants. And I think that just confirmed that. I was kind of worried, but that guy kept pulling them. And it is right in the middle of our camp, which sucks. But